Alright, hey everyone. It's been a minute, huh? So, it's your boy Foot, back from my little break, and I'm really excited about this video. Today I'm going to be talking about some of my ideas for Animal Crossing New Horizons, the new Animal Crossing game. I have a lot, so I guess let's just get into it. Actually, first, I wrote a script for this one, and I have a microphone now. I'm not using my phone's microphone, so I apologize if I got a bad microphone and this still sounds bad, but I hope it sounds better now. And with that being said, let's get into it. Okay, so I don't really remember if Nintendo has said anything about this, but I think it would make a lot of sense to have something for New Horizons in the Nintendo Switch Online app. I'll just refer to this as the app from now on, because referring to it as the New Horizons Nintendo Switch Online app would be a mouthful. This is my little design for it. It's meant to look like all these posts are washing up on the shore of your island. So the app would basically be a replacement for the sewing machine. Since there's no camera on the Switch, the app would allow you to search for and download QR codes. Maybe the sewing machine would still be in the game and you would just interact with the sewing machine to download the QR codes you saved on the app. Alternatively, you could use a computer like in Happy Home Designer, or more likely just a Nook phone. Actually, a little cute idea, I think, since we aren't using the sewing machine anymore, would be to have Sable actually using it, since it was initially a gift for her to be using as a replacement for her old sewing machine. So what kind of things would you be able to view and download on the app? Well, obviously there would be quite a few things. You could share screenshots and, as I've already said, QR codes, but let's go more in depth as to what you could make with these QR codes. So in New Leaf, you can make shirts, dresses, and hats. You can also technically make umbrellas, but they aren't considered a pro design. In New Horizons, I want to be able to make any type of clothes I want. I want to make pants, shoes, a larger variety of hats, accessories. So that sounds like a lot, but most of it would actually be pretty similar to what we have already. Pants, shoes, and hats would be pretty much the same as making a shirt or dress, just with a different shaped canvas. Accessories, you would probably have a few options to choose from. You can make glasses, a bow, maybe a few differently shaped hairpins. There's plenty of things to choose from. But let's go even further into this new way of designing clothes. Maybe you could choose the material of your designs. For example, maybe you want to make a stone path. Well, you could choose to make the material of that pattern stone. Maybe you want to make a nice warm sweater. Well, just make it out of wool. Want a cool t-shirt? Make it out of linen or silk. Maybe some nice rubber shoes? Go right ahead. A sturdy set of metal armor? No problem. Some of these materials would, of course, have a cosmetic difference, like being more or less shiny, as well as paths making a different sound when you walk on them. But what would the purpose be of the materials that don't make any cosmetic difference? Well, let's get into our next topic, weather. So weather is, of course, already a thing in Animal Crossing. It can rain, snow, it can thunderstorm, and that's about it, really. I suppose you can also get hot or cold depending on the clothes you're wearing in the summer and winter, but I think maybe there should be more than just a shiver or a sigh if you're wearing the wrong clothing. For example, maybe you're wearing a heavy metal suit of armor. Well, if it's blazing hot outside, you would maybe move slower and perhaps you'd pass out if you were out too long. The same would go for the cold or snow if you were wearing, say, a tank top. You'd move slower and eventually pass out. The rain would likely remove any weather effects, because if it's raining, it's usually to cool you off, but if you're wearing a tank top in the rain, you're not going to pass out from it. So you could just wear whatever in the rain and be good to go. Now that's a lot, but we're still not quite done. Before we get into anything else though, let's take a look back at how the app looks. Hey, looking pretty good. A lot more to see here now. Let's take a look at the other options on the app. On the bottom of the screen, you can see three icons. One is a home icon, which would take you to the page we're currently on. On the right, you can see everything you've posted to the app, and maybe you'd have a little profile you could edit. Your profile would probably show a picture of your character, maybe your favorite villager, and one post you choose to feature, similar to Twitter's pinned tweet feature. All of your posts would be shown in little bubbles. You could choose to sort them by popularity, most recent, type, like custom design, screenshots, whatever. If you're viewing someone else's profile, maybe there would be a little follow button rather than the gear icon. On the left, you have your list of saved posts. These would be the posts that are sent to your Switch, or just posts that you like. Although I think liked posts would probably fit better under your profile. I just didn't add that when I was making the little mock-up for this, so just pretend it's there. Anyways, you'll see this same list of posts on your computer, Nook phone, whatever, in-game. Speaking of the Nook phone, let's talk about what we could do with it in-game. So I think something that would be great to implement, and please hear me out first, texting. Okay, now that I've lost half of my audience, let me explain. So texting would be talking to villagers or sending letters, but less effective. so you'd gain a bit of friendship each day from texting. Only the first text counts. You don't get more by texting more or anything. That would be too easy. Perhaps, though, there could be some kind of streak system where each consecutive day you text a villager, the amount of friendship goes up, resetting if you miss a day. There might be 1 or 2 new tasks that are exclusive to texting. Maybe you have to send a photo of something to a villager, something like that. But what I think the best thing about texting would be is that you could plan or cancel visits with your villagers. So for example, if a villager asks you to visit their house at 9 p.m. and at 8 p.m. you decide you can't do it anymore, just text them and cancel. It might lose you a bit of friendship, but less than if you just ignore them completely. I should clarify now, I'm not super clear on how the friendship system works, but I'm going based off of my very limited knowledge, so if I get anything wrong, I apologize. By the way, did I say that canceling visits was the best thing about texting? My bad. This is the best thing about texting. Remember the best friends chat thing in New Leaf? Well, this is what will be replacing it. You can text whatever you want to any mutual best friends in game, and maybe there'll be a set of pre-made options for people you just have on your friends list and people you randomly find, say, on the island or something. Since we're on the topic of the island, how about I tell you about what I've thought of to replace the island, the resort. It's basically the island combined with the city from City Folk. It would be split up into 2 areas, the resort part and the little islandy beach area. The island beach type area would be basically the island. It's just a little beach where you can catch bugs and fish and go diving. But the resort area, that would be a lot like the city. There'd be an auction house, maybe an exclusive shop there. It would be just a cool place to visit with your friends. There would also likely be something similar to Club Tortimer where you could meet up with random people. Of course, there is one other multiplayer feature I'd like to have. It's sending letters across towns, you know. You want to send a letter to another friend's town? Well, you can do that. It was in City Folk. They decided to remove that for New Leaf. Don't know why. I would go into detail, but there's really no details to go into. It's as simple as it sounds. Our next topic, though, is not quite as simple. So, if any of you have tried planning out a town before, you probably know that it's difficult to get everything where you want it. So that's where zoning comes in. Have you ever played SimCity, City Skylines, or pretty much any city building sim? Well, if you have, just imagine that, but made for Animal Crossing. If you haven't played a city building sim, let me explain. Basically, you have a little tool where you color in a grid to decide where the residential district, industrial district, etc. are built. In Animal Crossing, you would see a grid on your map, and you just color in each space where you want villagers to not move in. That's basically it. Anything else can be placed in those zones, just no villager houses. This would be an amazing quality of life improvement to your town's customization. Another nice town customization feature is Town Tunes. Now, imagine how much fun it is to just come up with a little tune that'll play around your town, and now imagine how much fun it would be to create an entire song that you could just play in your house or anywhere that you can place a radio. Sounds pretty cool, right? Just talk to KK, ask him to help you produce a song, create it, and share it with the world. You could even design the album art. The song creator would likely just be the town tune editor, but made to allow 2 or 3 tracks playing at once, along with being quite a bit longer. You can then save a set number of songs at once, similar to Patterns. You can't share songs by dropping them on the ground. Other players have to download for themselves to access your songs. Alright, let's take one final look at the app. Wow, it's really looking great now. Look at all these different posts. We can only dream that New Horizons will add this much, of course, but it's fun to imagine a world with all this, isn't it? Alright, that's all from me for this time. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you soon. Alright, thanks for watching.